welcome to Story with Issues. I'm Lalo,
And I'm Robert.
and welcome back to this Spider-Man. We took a bit of a couple-day hiatus from Spider-Man to talk about Blue Beetle because Blue Beetle is coming out today, literally today when you're watching this video. But I wanted to talk about, we talked about him on Wednesday, so we're hopping back on the Spider-Man train.
Look
to
at
talk
Spider-Man's
about-
cake in this fucking cover. Jesus Christ.
I have it right in front of me too. Again, this time, just like in Spider-Man Blue, I have a physical copy of this book because my collection is ever growing, and it's a problem. It is a problem, Robert. I have a problem.
No shit, you have a problem. And unfortunately, I
one of my
enable this
coworkers
problem
was-
sometimes. That's
One
the
of my
case.
coworkers was talking about she was asking me about my collection of comic books this morning, and I was like, "You don't want to know how many I have. Like, I don't want to get into that conversation right now. To be entirely honest with you, do you want to
Moving
know how
forward.
many books I own?
No, not really. Alright, so.
But we're covering Amazing Spider-Man number 30. 30 to 35, actually. This is part of the J. Michael Straczynski run on Spider-Man. Big run. Big numbers. Big issues. Better ingredients. Better pizza. Papa John's.
You know what's good? Is Wells going to have more of a run than Straczynski?
I need you to shut the fuck up.
He is,
for like
isn't
1
he?
minute.
He is, isn't he?
So, the reason why, the reason why I want to talk, why I bring up this book is because J. Michael Straczynski is hopping on Captain America, and I wanted you to have a reason to love this guy because this guy is amazing.
You won't shut up about him. Whenever we hang out, there's at least one mention of him. Always. Right? So I already kind of by proxy like him. Just because of the fact that you like him.
So, JMS wrote Amazing Spider-Man for 1999 to 2007, which was an achievement and did a lot of great things in Amazing Spider-Man. One of them being he brought back Mary Jane and Peter Parker together after they've been broken up post Clone Saga of 1994.
How long did that last?
From 2000 to 1999 to 2007.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That was 7. He was, unfortunately enough, he was also the reason they broke up. Well, I scratched that. He wasn't the reason they broke up. Marvel Editorial was the reason they broke up. But
he was the writer.
He wrote the story. He wrote the.
He wrote the
4 issues.
He wrote the Mephisto plotline, didn't he?
He wrote 3 out of 4 issues of One More Day. He didn't write the last issue, which is the big thing, because in his words, he hated how Joe Quesada wanted to do it, and Joe Quesada, he basically said, "I don't want to do this," and Joe Quesada's like, "Fine, fuck you. Then I'll write the book and then I'll put your name on it."
You know what they should have done? They should have brought back Gwen Stacy.
That was his plan. That was actually.
I know. That's why I bring it
let's
up.
not get into that.
We're tying it back.
Let's
up
not
to
get
blue.
into
We're
that.
tying it back up to blue.
Absolutely. But this story, starting off, it starts with a phone ringing, and it goes into voicemail, and it's Aunt May talking to Peter. At this point, Peter and Mary Jane are not together. They're actually in the process of getting together, and they are estranged. And she is in California, Los Angeles, living her career as a model and an actress.
She's being Emma Stone.
In New York. She's doing it's in her Emma Stone era.
Yeah. Which is
And
funny
Peter
because,
is
Emma Stone didn't play MJ, but it still works.
God damn it. And when tying it back, when the Amazing Spider-Man was originally rumored, Gwen Stacy and Emma Stone had been casted for the movie, everyone assumed that she was gonna play Mary Jane
Which was
because
funny.
Emma Stone, Emma Stone's hair in Easy A was red, and red is actually her favorite hair color that she has, except for the Amazing Spider-Man when she was forced to wear she was forced to get it blonde,
Oh, we're getting off
which is
topic
gonna
here.
be anyway. Yeah, that was a big rumor that was going on that she was gonna play Mary Jane,
But too bad she
but
didn't.
obviously they went from Gwen Stacy, which works so much better for the role. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm actually kind of glad they had an actual Gwen Stacy representation on the screen. Because
It's a breath of fresh air. It was a breath of fresh air back in the day.
well, it's even
I say
still a
back in the
breath.
day, like it wasn't fucking 7 years ago.
It was a decade. Lalo. The first film came out in 2012.
The Amazing Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider. Oh my God, the Amazing Spider-Man came out in 2000. I don't want to think about this. It's 9 years old. That movie's 9 years old.
Yeah, Lalo.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Lalo. It's almost a decade old as well. So like either one, we're in between the two films at the moment. But you know, honestly,
Yeah, I'm
because
still thinking in the way of like No Way Home, where it was 2021.
despite all of these, despite how impactful Gwen really was on Peter, she's never on screen. It's always
There's a moment that they say. Someone in an interview said Gwen Stacy's biggest achievement is her death,
yeah.
and I disagree with that because of other stories that we've gotten big throughout the years.
Okay,
But
Lalo. What
in the day,
what's caused? It always stems from her death. It's what if Gwen Stacy didn't die, like with Spider-Gwen,
or Spider-Man Blue, which is not about her death at all. Well,
which is the aftermath of her
it's
death.
about the grief that has the cost.
Yes,
But anyway, fuck it.
but still about
Today
death.
we're talking about Spider-Man. The volume is called Homecoming, which is funny enough because you will see a lot of things that they pulled from this book for the movie.
Which movie?
But in going into the story, Aunt May is giving a voicemail to Peter Parker about how she knows that he's going through a rough time because him and Mary Jane are separated, and things aren't looking well for Peter right now. And as we're getting this voicemail, Peter is putting on his Spider-Man costume and hearing to it, and as she says that eventually everything's gonna be okay, and I trust you. And Spider-Man puts on his Spider-Man costume and swings across the city.
Awesome artwork. This is back when Romita Jr. was actually still good.
Yeah.
I've done love casual Romita Jr. slander nowadays, right? But I mean, look at this. I love the giant page spread of just him swinging across the city.
The spread of Spider-Man just swinging across New York, and the background behind it is. I will show you later, Robert. This page is actually the inside cover of my collection.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
Right? I'll show you later. You won't. The public won't get to see it, but you will. And Spider-Man's swinging through the city, and he's angry. We have a 30-year-old man who is just frustrated with his life. He's saying basically putting Spider-Man is an adult here in this book, which is frustrating to me as a modern Spider-Man reader. But whatever.
Hey, Lalo, why is that, Lalo?
Because Spider-Man isn't allowed to grow, Robert Bard. That's why. Spider-Man is a fucking joke to Marvel Comics.
I mean, so are you, so.
Thank you so much. And Spider-Man's just thinking, I need something to punch.
Can we talk about the fact he's using a rage room right now?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, guys. He goes to a demolition site.
Yeah, he goes to a demolition site, and all he's thinking is, I need something to punch right fucking now. And he goes into the demolition site and starts blasting the shit out of the place.
You know what'd be
just
funny?
swinging
You know what'd be funny
back and forth.
if there was like a Scroddle in there, and Peter Parker just capsizes the entire building. That'd be funny.
Well, it's completely clean. It's clean. He checks the place before, and as he is punching through the place, he realizes that it's the morning, and this place is actually gonna come down. He's been beating on this place the entire night.
You're going sicko mode.
And the place is gonna come down, and he swings just as the foreman are one of the boss, the leader, the boss is like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we got 7 hours to wreck this place, and then, well, that's lunch.
It's 6 hours, Lalo.
6 hours, whatever. And Spider-Man just goes across the city and like starts swinging around as he comes across the Silver Spoon, which is where he would hang out in his college days with Gwen and Harry and Flash Thompson.
Tying it back to Spider-Man Blue.
And funny enough, he just keeps he's on autopilot walking across the city, and eventually goes to Midtown Magnet School of Science. MQ. And he comes across a couple of hoodlums, teenagers who are beating on this nerd. And
Peter Parker
immediately Peter Parker's
flashbacks.
Yeah, he gets the biggest flashbacks of his life, and it's like, leave him alone. He just goes up to this group of teenage high school kids, as a 30-year-old man, and says, leave him alone. Back off. And the kids are assholes and looking at him like, what you gonna do, huh? Who do you think you are, Spider-Man? And in my mind, I'm like, that's funny. Because he is. And they leave as Peter Parker, because Peter Parker says, it's a 30-year-old dude talking to teenagers, because that's fucking creepy. And the guy pop punk band? On. What?
Was he a pop punk band?
Well, he's wearing a...
Well, Lalo,
what is he wearing?
It's a joke, Lalo.
Oh, okay.
Pop punk bands have a history of grooming minors.
Oh, God, Robert, Jesus, fuck. And
it's kind of like the whole entire joke with involving that genre of music is grooming minors.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Shit. Fuck.
Why do you think Our Time Low? What do you think Our Time Low got canceled for a little bit?
That got dark. Jeez.
Yeah. Why do you think I stopped listening to him?
Fair enough.
Also, they had some pretty shitty music, but that's besides the point.
The kid is like, thanks. Now they're just gonna beat on me, and they're not gonna take my lunch money. So like, thanks what,
dickhead.
And there's and at the school, not the principal is the gym teacher, and he basically looks at him and says, "That was good job. It's a waste of your fucking time because this kid don't give a shit about anything, but you did good." It's like, and he's like, like that kid who's getting beat on. Guess what? He's gonna like grow up to be a science developer and some shit, and he's gonna make cash while they are like fucking jerking off each other off on a street lamp. So like, it's evolve or die, motherfucker, over here. Like, and then he just walks away. And Spider-Man's like, wow, what an asshole. And he decides to take matters into his own hands and follow those kids while they're trying to break into a car and steal it. As Spider-Man like goes on like, hey, boo. And they run off scared for their shitless lives. And then he hears a voice coming from the side that says, I guess that made you pretty proud, Peter. Like, I bet you're feeling proud of yourself for scaring those kids.
Yes, absolutely.
And Spider-Man's like, whoa, hold up. Two things. Number one, you know who I am. Number two, you're clinging in the side of the wall, motherfucker. You're fucking excuse me?
As one casually does, right? I mean, don't you just do that on a normal Sunday?
No.
No? Come on. Come on, for someone as big spider nerd as you, I would expect you to do that.
And the guy's like, I know what you're thinking. Well, metaphorically, of course. Am I a friend? Am I a foe? And he's like, hey, he just starts running off, giving Spider-Man context clues. It's like, and eventually Spider-Man's like, catches up to him, and I'm sorry, I'm reading this in Spanish, so like I don't know exactly the dialogue.
And of course,
It's been a while.
Lalo was praising about the fact, I didn't have to study or, catch up or do anything with this. I know it from memory.
Thank you, Robert, for being so kind.
Absolutely.
As always.
Absolutely. It's my job to be a dick.
And the guy is like, Spider-Man's like, hey, could you not say my name out loud? And this guy whose name is Ezekiel, he's like, do you really know anything about your powers? He's like, how did you get your powers? And Spider-Man's like, I was bitten by a radioactive spider. I'm like, that's cute, but for real, how did you get your powers? And then he leaves.
He goes ghost like talking stages.
He goes dark and he fucks off. And Spider-Man's like, the fuck? And he's like, he goes looking for him and he cannot find him. And over at the pier,
he goes like this, I go like that. Hollywood's on the comms. I'm already asking Hollywood, where did he go? He's Hollywood's on the comms going, where did who go?
Where did who go? Chicks, owe me a Coke.
No, you said it at completely different times.
Nah, you said it like the exact same time as I did.
Yeah, no, we got this recorded, so.
Whatever. And over at the pier, there's a man, like, buying off time. So there are no cops around the pier during this specific time, right? And we cut to this shadowed figure absorbing the energy of this French superhero. And this man jumps out of the boat looking for Spider-Man. Do you want to know who this is?
Morlun, right?
Or do you want me to explain you later? That's Morlun, yes. It's Morlun.
Yeah. Remember, you kind of prompted me to look into this?
Into issue 31, Robert?
You've got 20 seconds, 30 seconds?
What's up?
Okay, I'm still, okay, I'm loaded in.
Got it. By the way, look at these covers by J. Scott Campbell. There was a rumor back in the day. That Kevin Smith was going to take over Amazing Spider-Man. And J. Scott Campbell was going to take over the art of the book.
That would have been funny.
And because of the fact that Kevin Smith could not finish a single issue of his Daredevil run, they gave the book to JMS. And since they already had J. Scott Campbell on the retainer, they gave him the covers.
Pretty cool covers.
I would have loved to see him do the inside of the book instead of just the covers. But that's just me.
I mean, you also have a hate voting for John Romita Jr., so.
Yeah. And Peter Parker is in the morning, in breakfast, trying to figure out what the fuck happened last night. When it came to, this jackass who knew his identity.
You definitely got
as Aunt May is serving him wheat cakes, he's just thinking about like what happened last night, and it's like, and Aunt May is like, Peter, he's like, oh, I'm sorry, Aunt May, I got distracted. I'm sorry. He's like, no, yeah, you do that. You do that a lot. It's fine.
I mean,
And
is that where you get from, Lalo?
what's up?
Is that where you get from?
A little bit, not gonna lie. But like, all he can think of is also like his day yesterday, like the silver spoon, Gwen, the spider, the bullying, and he's like, I have an idea, and that's when he decides he's gonna go to work at Midtown High. And I say Midtown High because Straczynski didn't read all Spider-Man books, so by the way, his run is amazing. He doesn't give a shit about continuity.
Who does, really?
And it's a little important.
If you ask me, continuity is overrated.
Robert Barth, continuity is like what makes this person's life real.
Okay, Lalo, but Lalo, buddy, old pal, he's drawing on a page.
And it's not even this. Like, we have details. He has details wrong from like later in the run, like the quintessential moment that makes Spider-Man Spider-Man. He get the details wrong, and it's like, it's great shit, but also like, motherfucker, you got this like specific detail wrong.
Well, good thing this one's pretty much retcon now, so now it's back to status quo.
Yeah, I guess. Fuck you. And Spider-Man singing across the city. As we are. As for
Lalo is dead. Hold up. I think something's going on with my internet. Boop. Oh shit. Alright, you back?
Whatever. I don't know what it's called. I'm not willing to look it up.
Let's just.
So
shit. Hold up. No. What the hell is this? Where's this music coming from? Shit. Things going south. All those things going south.
Look at the.
Why?
La.
Fuck. Okay. We're back, guys. What is it? Why did we have to do this when it was raining? Alright, moving forward, I lost the part. We were at the part where he's decided to, go back to school.
Motherfucker.
I lost internet,
Wait,
Lalo.
That's what happened. Are you in issue 31?
Yes.
Okay, page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I'm looking at the guy.
Page 9.
I'm looking at the guy at the table.
Yes. And Morlan is at the table, and he looks over at Spider-Man.
No. Ezekiel in the boardroom.
Oh, I talked over that a little bit. I wanted to skip that because
okay.
It's not important.
It's not important. It's fiddle.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're skipping over
Spider-Man
all
is
this.
like just that 2-page, and Spider-Man's like looking at. He's swinging across the city, and Morlan is talking to Dex. Dex is his right-hand man.
The man that he was securing the boat.
Yes, the man who was securing the pier, and they're talking about what big plans they have and how this is gonna be amazing. It's a brand new world, a brand new city. No more French superheroes to suck their energy from. It's New York City. If I can make it here, I can make it anywhere. Speaking of which, and he sees Spider-Man, and he it blasts Spider-Man with so much energy that his spider senses go off, and he crawls underneath an awning. I found the word, by the way, And he's like, what the? And Spider-Man's like, what the fuck? And he crawls underneath the awning like a spider. Right?
Yes.
He's like, that was weird. But whatever, I got things to do. And Spider-Man is like, Spider-Man is getting his degree to being it's an emergency. It's called an emergency degree certification to become a teacher. And
I've got.
okay. And he's at the school, and at the school, the office manager is having the same exact issue that Peter Parker had, where there was a spider in her desk, and Peter's like looking at the spider. He touches it. The spider crawls around him and puts it out a window.
Wait, so can you talk to spiders?
No, but spiders are drawn to him, according to JMS.
That's fucking amazing. I love that so much.
And as he sees like the spider crawl away, his spider sense goes off again. But this time he hears a shot.
Oh god. Oh god, I feel bad for laughing for what popped in my fucking head.
Jesus fucking Christ, Robert.
My mind went to pumped up kicks.
I was knew you were gonna say that.
I'm going to hell.
And kids started to freak out. Gun! He has a gun! And Spider-Man just jumps in. He's already on point. Grabs every student he can, throws them to the floor, throws himself to the floor as the shooter is actively attacking the place. Spider-Man's like, I can't be Spider-Man in this situation. These kids have fucking cell phones on them. They're gonna know that it's me. I need to cross the distraction. And he sees the sign. He noticed that he, fortunately enough, pushed the kids into the science lab.
Peter Parker creates a napalm bomb in school.
And motherfucker, he noticed that the kid that he grabbed, one of the kids that he grabbed, was the kid that was being bullied. Right?
Yes.
And he recognized the kid and was like, hey, buddy, I need you to do me a favor. I need to get the fuck out of here. I don't know how. Can you look at the chemicals that are on the desk shelf over there? Tell me what you have. I'll tell you what to mix up, okay? At the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go! And the kid manages to make a liquid that becomes gas instantly when it's in contact with oxygen, with huge amount of oxygen, right?
Yeah, that passes. I'm not a scientist, so who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Neither am I. And neither is JMS, by the way. I will tell you that.
Well, no shit.
And he tells the kid to throw it into the air ventilation system. It's also apparently it's like non-toxic. It's just hard to fucking see.
So you mean it's a smoke grenade? Got it.
It's basically a smoke grenade. But aren't smoke grenades like toxic?
Fucking beats me, pal.
Alright. And Peter just jumps in, takes off his clothes, and puts on the Spider-Man costume. He had his Spider-Man costume underneath. It's not like he's naked in the hallway of the school. That would be very problematic.
I think this whole entire book's problematic. What do you think? Spider-Man stops a school shooting. This should be the title of this book. Of this episode.
God, can we not?
Can we?
No.
No, come on. No fun.
And the shooter's like the active attacker is saying, "I'm gonna kill you! I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you!" And Spider-Man's like, "Not today, son." He's like, "You don't understand. They hurt me, and I'm gonna make them hurt. Where are you?" And Spider-Man's like, "I'm right here."
Knock knock, motherfucker.
It's like the Batman scene from. It's like the scene from Batman Begins. You, where are you? Here. And Spider-Man
Are you sure you don't
goes,
have the tism? Are you sure you don't have the tism?
and Spider-Man's like tackles the dude, throws him against the floor. Which, by the way, Romita drew a different gun at this point. He drew an entirely different gun.
It doesn't matter. A gun's a gun.
A couple of pages ago, he had an AK-47. Now he has like just a rifle. I don't know what the fuck that is. But anyway, Spider-Man like tackles the kid, takes off his mask. It's just a kid. And the kid just breaks down and says, "It's not fair. It's not fair. They hurt me. They beat me. I couldn't handle it anymore. I couldn't handle it anymore." And Spider-Man just says, "The kid just snapped." And as the police arrive, they take him away, and the gym teacher is right here. Is right next to him, like, "Wow, I heard you helped the students inside. You know, I'm so glad you were here. All I did was do my job, like, stand back and let the right people do their job."
I don't think Spider-Man's the right person. Legally speaking, he's not the right person.
a vigilante. And then he says, like, he goes on to say, like, well, I mean, the kid was a nerd. And he kind of got what he did.
You know what?
He kind of got what, like, he kind of deserved what he got.
You know what would have been a triple whammy,
like,
Lalo?
Like, it was messed up.
You know what would have been a triple whammy? If somehow Peter Parker also set photos up to also send to the Bugle.
Oh my God, Robert God. He's not working for the Bugle at this point.
Well, you know, he never hurts to freelance on the side, right?
Just make a couple bucks off of this tragedy.
Absolutely. The news media does it all the day. Jameson wouldn't have any reservations. Especially Jameson.
There are no reported deaths, so like I guess everything's fine.
Well, I mean, like, Jameson is so much of a sleazebag, you know, journalist.
Oh God!
I mean, not they all, but like Jameson, he would have put the money forward for those photos.
Oh God! Hey Parker, were you there? Holy shit! Please tell me you got your camera ready.
Yeah, that's what Jameson probably would have said. That's probably what Jameson would have said. Would he have not?
You probably would have.
He probably would have. So like, it's in character for
him. And Peter's and the gym teacher's like, I mean, like, the kid was like, yeah, he was treated badly, but like, this was no reason to react. Like, it's mostly his fault of what happened. And Spider-Man like, Jesus Christ, you suck, dude. And immediately, like, the science teacher quit.
Yeah.
Because, like, students using chemicals inappropriately, I cannot work in this environment.
Peter Parker could mention that.
It's totally not the school shooting, of course. Nah. I mean, at least that's what the school will report on.
I mean, Peter Parker, you know, creates, you know, a smoke bomb just for the shits and giggles of it. Well, not really. But...
just for the shits and giggles. And the guy's like, anyway, what are you doing here? Do you work here? Who are you? He says, I'm Peter Parker, and I'm the new professor of science.
How convenient the other science could just fucking quit, so.
Absolutely, Robert. I mean, it's a comic book.
Super convenient that, you know, the guy the one teacher that has reservations just so happened to snap after the school shooting.
It's the position that he can absolutely cover.
Yeah, you know, his plan would have been fucked if it was the English teacher walking out of the school instead of the fucking science teacher. I would kill to see a good real hunting style story. Not Dead Poet Society, but with Spider-Man.
Go to the next issue, Robert.
Well, come on, you don't want to even entertain the idea, Lalo?
Go to the fucking next issue, Robert.
We're talking about this while this thing loads, right, Lalo? Come on.
Hold on, give me a second.
You don't want my cap to my cap. Motherfucker just left. Motherfucker just left. The balls on this man. Just the gonads. Just a dip like that. Blows my mind. Also, again, with the cake, the spider cake. It's amazing, isn't it? I'm gonna make Lalo regret, leaving me alone with you guys to provide some entertainment. So if you guys are enjoying this issue so far, make sure you put a link down. No, not link. Fuck. Comment down below what you like about this so far. Lalo is back.
And as Spider-Man is like,
I haven't started the issue yet. I'm still at the cover.
you said the cover perfect. We have a hostage situation because JMS is writing some heavy shit on this.
Jesus Christ.
We have a hostage situation.
It's like
on
that.
A car ride.
It's like that Scrooged promo. If you've seen Scrooge, it's like that. Have you seen that? I know I've seen you that clip before.
Not.
Oh, come on!
You've sent me that clip.
I've sent you that clip of the edgy promo for fucking adaptation of Christmas Carol. This has that same feeling to it.
JMS just writing fucked up shit after fucked up shit.
Yeah, a high-speed chase just after an issue about school shootings. Probably not far after Columbine, I might add.
And Spider-Man basically yanks the guy out of the window, gets in, jumps in, and he's like, "Hey, nice leather work in this car, shit."
Peter Parker does not know how to read a room.
No, he does not.
So kind of like you.
Absolutely. And he catches the guy, takes the gun, and leaves him for the police, under the writing of Loser. And Peter is, Peter is talking in the classroom. He's teaching.
My captain.
He is getting the kids engaged. I mean, there are obviously some kids who are passing notes, making fun of Mr. Parker because he is a nerd and he's passionate about his work. They always tend to make fun of the professors who are passionate about what they're talking about.
Lalo, buddy, you read comic books in our math class.
Fuck you.
So you were one of those kids passing notes type of beat.
The kids who are passing notes are the kids I encounter.
Also, can we talk about the fact he's the board says human genome, 30,000 genes, 3 billion pills, Department of Energy.
And
what the fuck does that have to do with the human genome?
And Peter's Peter basically after finishing the class, he's stopped by the principal, and the principal's like, "Mr. Parker, can I talk to you?" He's like, "Hi, Principal Harrington. Yes.
Aren't you that fellow that encouraged that kid to make a smoke bomb?"
Jesus. Sorry.
Died.
Yes, of course. But can we not? It's a little worrisome that you have to talk to me on my first day. And it's no, it's nothing to worry about, Mr. Parker. It's actually I want to talk to about your friend over here. He just gave us an endowment. And Peter's like, "Oh, how nice of him! How nice of him to intrude in our lives." And Peter's like, "Let's celebrate. Let's go outside. You and me. Let's go to eat, Mr. Ezekiel. Let's go to eat, and we'll talk." And they go out to a pizzeria, they're devouring a whole plate. It's probably a 12-incher. It's most likely a 12-incher.
Of course you can guess that size.
It's so fucking good, Robert. Jesus. And
Nothing about that joke, really? Okay, cool.
And Spider-Man's like talking to Ezekiel's like telling him like, hey, what do you want? How do you know me? How do you know about me? How do you know about everything that's going on in my life? And Ezekiel's like, well, how much do you know about your powers? Like how did you get your powers? And Peter's like, I was bitten by radioactive Spider-Man, and I got my powers from the radiation. And it's like, okay, that's cute. You know that's not how it works, right? And Spider-Man's like, what do you mean? What came first, the powers or the radioactivity? And Spider-Man's like, you're being ridiculous.
Where the
He's
fuck
like,
are you, Lalo?
I am taking the whole monologue that he's talking about. It's that's having during the pizza and then going into the Egyptian shit.
Okay.
Like Ezekiel basically explains that there is a spider god, and every once in a while, the spider god has.
Is this the creation of the Spider-Verse?
No. No, it's not.
It sure as hell sounds like it. It sure as hell sounds like it.
It's that happens during Slot's run.
It sure as hell sounds like it though, Lalo.
It is. Like it is the first appearance of Morlun and the introduction of the Spider-Man totem.
So it sets the foundation for the Spider-Verse.
It sets the idea for Dan Slott to say, I can do a better thing with this.
No, it sets a standard for, you know what? I'm gonna take some crack, and I'm gonna do a Spider-Verse event, because fuck him, that's right.
Well, it doesn't have anything to. Here's the thing: this doesn't have anything to do with the Spider-Verse, or even with the Web of Life and Destiny.
Then
like,
why the fuck?
None of it is meant.
I asked. Okay, I remember why I read some of this. Remember when I asked you about that Last Stand universe? Remember that? And you pointed me to this run, in particular.
I pointed you towards Amazing Spider-Man 500, which is the origin of the end of Spider-Man.
No, you pointed at Hill. You pointed at Hill.
No, I swear to God,
yes,
Robert.
You did.
Well, yes, because Ezekiel is in the Spider-Verse storyline. Ezekiel is Last Man Standing Spider-Man.
Correct.
Because that's a what-if book of like what happened to Spider-Man died when he first met Merlun.
Okay.
Outside of that, this has nothing to do with the Spider-Verse. I just want to make it clear so you don't get your hopes up during this story.
Oh no, I'm not. You know, I'm not expecting a Spider-Verse event. Though. I'm just saying this kind of sets the groundwork for what Slot
Oh
would
no,
do.
yeah. Well, somewhat. It introduces some ideas that Slot will absolutely take and 1,000% improve upon. And Spider-Man's like Captain America, and he starts saying like, "There's a Spider God, and the Spider God has chosen you to be like." To be its totem, to be like its messenger across the realm of this world.
Have you heard the good news?
And Spider-Man's like, oh, that is fucking silly. That sounds like religion-type bullshit that I don't want to get into. You sound like those, he doesn't say this in the book, but he absolutely should have, where he says, you sound like those door-to-door Jehovah's Witnesses. Have you heard about our Lord and Savior, the Spider God? That's what he sounds like.
You know,
and
I
he goes on to talk about...
I don't like John Romita Jr.'s Magneto. I barely like John Romita Jr.'s Captain America. Even he goes on to like talk about like... He goes on to talk about like... Have you ever wondered why like Captain America's biggest enemy is a Nazi? How like the X-Men biggest enemy is a mutant? Thor fights gods or like Loki. And what do you fight? You fight a Doctor Octopus, the Vulture, the Rhino.
Scorpion and the Lizard. See? And Spider-Man's like,
Animals.
yes. Animals. But not quite. See, you are a perfect specimen. You are a Spider-Man. These are replicators. They are amateurs who are using the image of animals in order to cause like their own use their own powers. They grabbed onto the imagery of animals in order to provoke fear. They're fakes. And Spider-Man's like, okay, what are you on? And like,
Crack cocaine.
we are perfect beings. We are straight from the source of the spider god. See, I went to Africa on a quest looking for the spider temple and made a sacrifice that would a blood sacrifice that would grant me the power of that of the spider god. I became the man I am today because of my driven seeking my drivenness to seek the knowledge of the spider god. And just like you should be doing. Accept your role in this. And Spider-Man's like, why are you telling me this? Because someone's coming for you. And we cut to Merlin getting his clothes tailored and explaining and Ezekiel saying this man will hunt you down. This man will look for you everywhere and anywhere, and he will not stop until he has you. And Spider-Man's like, why me though? Like, why? Because you brand yourself with a spider on your chest, moron. And Spider-Man's like, oh.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right. That's fucking fair. And Ezekiel takes him to New York. He takes him to his building, and they start talking of he basically has a bunker for Peter. And you will hide right here. You will stay here until the end of your days. And this is the gift I have for you, your protection. And as he's saying that, Peter he's thinking of the night his Uncle Ben died. He was at the wrestling place. He stopped the guy. He didn't stop the guy who he could have definitely stopped, and that ended up killing his Uncle Ben.
Not my problem.
And Ezekiel's like, well, what do you think? And Spider-Man's like, no. I'm not running from a fight. I've never run from a fight in my life, except for one time. And that one time was the biggest mistake of my life.
He says the line, Lalo. He says the line.
What is the line?
He says great power that must also come great responsibility. Yeah. He says the line. Great power
that must also come great responsibility. And Ezekiel's like, okay, then good luck. As Peter leaves, he fucking dead. That same night, Spider-Man's watching the news. As Morlun says, I'm ready.
It's Morbin time.
And he watched Morlun.
It's Morbin time.
Did I say Morbius?
No, I said it. It's Morbin time.
Ah.
You know, I made a promise again to at least one of these videos.
I need to shut the fuck up.
No.
And as Spider-Man's watching the news, he gets a breaking news where there is wrecking. Morlun is wreaking havoc downtown New York. And he goes on, he swings on, and he saves a woman, and immediately puts her down, and boom, right hook to the left to his face.
Also, can I talk about the fact that again, is this one time plan is based upon just Spider-Man, tending to this big emergency? Now, what if the Avengers showed up?
And as Spider-Man crashes against the car, we see Morlun. And he says, as I taste the blood,
Oh,
and I crash into the car. Nothing has ever hit me that strong in my life. Not the Hulk, not Thor, not anyone. And meanwhile, I'm thinking about something funny, something funny to say. I can't think of anything funny to say because nothing is funny anymore. And Morlun stands over him. And into Amazing Spider-Man 33. Robert.
I'm loading it, Lalo. Calm your tits.
Well, I gotta make sure that I haven't lost you.
Lalo, I'll tell you if I'm lost. You're pretty good at ditching me, and I'm pretty good at catching back up.
I want to have it on the record that throughout this whole episode, I've been playing with my Andrew Garfield Spider-Man figure.
Jesus Christ, you're a child.
Mm.
Alright, it's loaded.
And Spider-Man's like, she sees over Morlun, and he just launches at him. Punch to the right, punch to the left, uppercut, and nothing is working. As Morlun palms him into the chest, caving him in. And Spider-Man's like, okay. First of all, hi, I'm Spider-Man. Being a man, you call me Webhead, you call me Amazing. Just don't call me late for dinner. And normally, my villains tell me why we're fighting. So like, can you like explain, like your motives or like what's going on? And by the way, what's your name? Because you haven't told it to me. And I know I'm just trying to create conversation so this fight can be more meaningful between the two of us. And Morlun is just like standing over him. It's like, you're funny. I like that. And Spider-Man's like, don't tell me. Tell Letterman. And the fight is going on. I love Straczynski's humor on Spider-Man. It's a 30-year-old man trying to be funny for the kiddos.
I do like this page spread, though.
Which one?
Well, the one that we're on.
Oh, yeah. Spider-Man's like punching him, like going at him, and nothing is working. Nothing is hurting him. And the only one who's getting hurt is Spider-Man. And Spider-Man's like, okay, fuck this. And he just starts like climbing up the roof. And Morlun just digs his fist into the wall, caving it in, trying to like climbing alongside Spider-Man's like, whatever, shit. He goes to the roof, Spider-Sense blares like insane, like crazy, and suddenly Morlun crashes against him.
Bonk.
And Spider-Man's like, how fast is this guy? Jesus! They're falling onto the ground. Spider-Man like tries to web himself, but Morlun grabs onto him. Spider-Man manages to shake him off. It is just crashes against the building.
And nearly pulls a Gwen Stacy, I might add.
Yeah, a lady like goes to help Morlun, and she starts absorbing her energy. And Spider-Man's like, no, and he just
I hate when that happens.
Kicks him and says, hey, not to the civilians. If you want to fight, keep it on me. And Spider-Man's like punching him over and over in the stomach, trying to like fucking a luchador fighter. And Spider-Man's like trying to fucking throw anything at him, and nothing is working. Morlun does the same move that Spider-Man does on him, punching him over and over and over into the gut. As he's like crashing against like cars, Spider-Man like does a somersault out of him into the side of the building, starts climbing up. Morlun is following him as Spider-Man's like, fuck this. And he grabs like a pair of clothes and like manages to change out of his costume. And as he's turning into the corner, Morlun is right there. He's like, you don't get it. I touched you already. I can follow you anywhere now. And just starts blasting against Spider-Man. Throws him into the side of the bar. And Spider-Man's like, you don't have a can of spinach, do ya? Tells to the bartender. And the guy's like, what? Forget it. I saw it in a cartoon once. And Morlun's like blasting at, like, just going at Spider-Man. Spider-Man like, fuck this, puts on the Spider-Man mask, says great power, great responsibility, and a great right hook. Spider-Man's like destroying the kitchen. Morlun like lights a match, turns on it, throws it against the oven. The kitchen blows up. Spider-Man manages to barely get out of there alive, with glass like getting into his skin.
Nice.
And Morlun's clothes are shattered, destroyed.
Okay.
And he goes to Dex like, Dex, I'm gonna need I'm gonna need more clothes.
Did JMS just get inspiration from the Terminator films?
I want to say he does, probably.
I mean,
he stole Babylon 5 from Star Trek.
I mean, look at the panel with Mulder completely nude.
Yeah, it looks like that. It looks like Arnold like standing over like.
Yeah, just got done teleporting.
Yeah, and Peter Parker, like Ezekiel, is looking over the city. Spider-Man bashes into his office and says, "I need help. I need your help." And Ezekiel's like, "I'm sorry, I can't." Robert started loading the next issue.
Oh, screw you.
As Spider-Man's like talking to Ezekiel, he's like, "Listen, what do you mean it's too late? Like, I'm sorry. The refuge is no longer useful. He can find you anywhere now. Like, he touched you. The whole point of the refuge was so he would never find you, but it's already too late."
Can we talk about the fact that Peter Parker busted through that door? If he had that door, it also would have been any adamantium, wouldn't it? In theory.
Oh no, he didn't bust through the. He didn't bust inside the refuge.
Well, I know that, but if your boardroom isn't as secure as the most secure new place in the place, it's not really that safe.
Yeah. And Spider-Man's like, "I need help." And like, what happened with we need the same powers. Like, we need to like stick together. What happened to helping me? What happened to saving my life? I made you an offer. You said no. Like, I get that part. But what happened to you know how to fight? Well, give me a hand. Help me out. And Ezekiel's like, "I'm sorry. I'm scared. I have a board of directors. I have a life. I don't want to give it all up. I'm sorry, Spider-Man. You're alone." And Spider-Man's like, "Well, it wouldn't be the first time."
Definitely won't be the last.
And he actually has a moment where he says, "I've never asked for anything in my life. I've never asked anyone for anything. But you have great power. So can you please help me?" And Ezekiel's like, and that's when Ezekiel says, "I'm sorry, I'm too scared. You're on your own." Spider-Man says, "Well, it won't be the last. It won't be the first. It would not be the first time that I've been on my own." So he says goodbye, leaves, goes onto the top of the building of Ezekiel's like high rise, and he sees that New York skyline on fire. And as he's down there, he hears a kid. And Morlun is holding a kid by the leg, and it says, at that moment, I see the kid in his arms, and all with pain, everything disappears. All I have left is anger. And says, "Don't even think about it. I'll just catch him." And he throws the kid. Spider-Man manages to catch the kid, swing him to safety, and he just launches at him. He just wants to get a piece of him. It's like, fuck this dude. He's wearing an ascot.
I mean, that's a fashion crime in itself.
And Spider-Man's like, just manages to web him up, and escapes. And he sees a sign on a man that says, "Please, blind, please give me I need a quarter or something." And Spider-Man grabs the coin out of his out of his cup and says, "Hey, you're not supposed to do that. Hey, you're supposed to be blind." Touche. And he calls the school office the next morning because it's 6 a.m. He has to go to work.
Well, if there wasn't a psychopath following him.
Yeah. And Spider-Man's like, he calls up to work, and the office manager's just giving him shit, by the way. Like, normally we wait to the first, couple weeks to start giving excuses for not coming in. And Spider-Man's like, whatever, click. And he hears a woman screaming. And like, please, I didn't do anything. No, please, scream louder. He hasn't hurt you yet. And Spider-Man's like, oh, I hurt you. And he grabs a lamppost, starts beating on Morlun. Like, come on, that has to hurt. And Morlun, like, the lamppost is bent over Morlun. And he grabs it, starts smashing Spider-Man against the wall. Punch after punches, hit after hit. Spider-Man's not going down, and he's not gonna. So, and Morlun's like, you know what? I apologize for... And Morlun just starts apologizing. He says, I want you to know that it's nothing personal. And Spider-Man's like, you're gonna kill me. And it's nothing personal? Go to hell.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man just manages to flip against the car and escape. And at the same time, Ezekiel is having a meeting with his board of directors, and all he can see is a skyline on fire. And he's distracted, and they're talking about like business bullshit that he doesn't care about, because all he can think of is a skyline on fire. As we cut back to Spider-Man, Spider-Man puts 2 quarters in and says, I could try to call the Fantastic Four, but I don't remember their phone number, and I don't even know if they're in the city. So, like, and I don't know, and they don't have a superhero phone guide. Think, Peter, think. And he puts the quarters in and says, please, pick up. Hello? MJ, hi.
Oh,
it's
God.
me, Peter.
Oh, no, he wasted his money.
And MJ's like, this is MJ. Please leave a message on the tone. Spider-Man like hangs up, gets the quarterback, dials once again, and says, please speak. Hello? And it's Aunt May. This is Aunt May. Peter, are you okay? Yeah. I'm okay, Aunt May. What's going on? Like, you sound terrible, Peter. What's happening? Nothing. I have a bit of a cold. I'm a little tired. Like, I'm fine. I wanted to hear from you.
The good old Peter immune system.
And Aunt May is like, oh, you're so sweet. Like, always thinking about everybody else. And it's like, I'm okay. Tomorrow in the morning, I'm gonna go drop off some clothes. Like, out for the spring, go onto the winter. Like, you know how it is. And it's like, yeah, Aunt May, listen to me, please. It's like, Peter? Aunt May, I love you, right? Like, I truly, truly love you. You're the most important woman in my life, aside from Mary Jane. But I love you, and I want you to know this. And Aunt May is like, Peter, is everything okay? And he just hears the phone saying, please deposit 25 more cents to continue on this phone call. And says, I gotta go, Aunt May. I'll talk to you later. And Aunt May is like, Peter, wait, I need to take care, Aunt May. And he hangs up the phone. And Ezekiel's like standing over him. And Spider-Man's like, his narration says, I'm not afraid. I'm tired, but I'm not afraid. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. And he says to Morlun, I want you to know that I won't go down without a fight. And he launches at him. They're at a pier right now. And immediately he gets punched in the back of the head by Ezekiel.
Bonk.
And Spider-Man like sees Ezekiel, and Morlun's face is like, "What the fuck?" And Spider-Man just punches him back, punches Morlun against on the back, saying, "Hey, over here, buddy! You were talking to me." And Ezekiel jumps in like, "Oh, these kids these days, no manners. They see one guy, they all run off to the next, and immediately start beating on Morlun, making him bleed on the boards of the pier."
Do you
And
bleed?
Thank you, Batman.
I hate myself. I hate myself for that one. Don't worry.
Thank you, Batman.
Yeah, of course.
God
of course.
damn it.
Of course.
And Morlun is like, interesting. Maybe you weren't as pure as I thought. Well, if I can't have one, I will manage with the other. And he grabs Morlun's. Both of them start fighting on Morlun, punching him over and over repeatedly until Morlun grabs Ezekiel and absorbs his energy.
Don't you hate when that happens?
Ezekiel jumps off, like falls into the river, and Spider-Man's like, and Morlun is like, "Well, that wasn't filling, but I'll be doing good for a while, until then. I'll see you at lunch. I'll see you at dinner, Spider-Man." And Spider-Man jumps into the river and searches for Ezekiel, and says, "It was for nothing. We did that for nothing." And then he saw a patch of blood from Morlun onto the pier. He punches down on the little pier and breaks down the wood, and he goes home, where he starts examining the blood, and he finds out that it's a compound of every animal enzyme. It's just enzymes upon enzymes stuck together, which can be broken down by radiation.
If it can bleed, it can die.
Exactly. Spider-Man he grabs a brand new Spider-Man costume, puts it on, and is ready for the fight. He has a plan, by the way.
Does he?
He believes that the Morlun thinks Spider-Man is full-on pure specimen. He's a totem, and he needs to be. And in order for him to absorb the radiation, like there is no. The Spider-Man is a totem, and he can absorb the energy from the totem from Spider-Man's body. But Peter has another theory. He's not a totem at all, because he is powered down. He is powered up by the radioactivity that was in his system, in the spider system, when he was bitten.
Yes, that is
he
correct.
Is in fact not a pure specimen.
He's half spider, half man at this point.
Exactly. And he goes on to the nuclear facility in south of New York. And he sets up the alarm, gets everyone out to prepare the perfect trap.
Did they really mention Babylon 5?
What the fuck?
Yeah, he said. So he says to me, "How can I watch? How can he watch that Babylon 5 crap? I mean, it takes 5 years to pay off something you see in year 1." And I said, "That's exactly it." Can't believe you just skidded over that.
Which is funny, you know why?
Because he wrote Babylon 5.
Because JMS wrote Babylon, he created Babylon 5.
Yes, that makes sense for why he's referencing his own work.
He's also calling it trash.
Details.
Which is absolutely fitting. Oh. It's absolutely fitting. Babylon 5 is a ripoff of Star Trek, Robert.
What's it to you?
Well, unless you compare it to Deep Space Nine, which in that case, Deep Space Nine is the ripoff.
Okay, Sheldon Cooper.
Depending on who you ask as well.
Okay, Sheldon Cooper.
Into the next issue.
Wait, really? That's the end of the fucking issue? That was a filler issue.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't. Because
that fucking was.
We had the cool ass fight, the cool moment of Aunt May, like Peter talking to Aunt May. Like
Peter Parker actually about to break, in a good way, like in a way that progresses his character, unlike Zebrel's way.
Exactly. It was not a filler issue. I will tell you that.
Alright.
Straczynski has nothing but. I know. I'm just making time. Straczynski has nothing but like he has no filler issues. As Morlun is heading into the research facility, Spider-Man is concocting like a cocktail of chemical compounds.
He's letting the man cook.
What the fuck does that mean? I have no fucking clue. All I know is that he is making himself a cocktail of shit. That he will put it into a syringe and inject himself. And he says, and I inject myself and I feel the pain. It's beyond description. More than anything that I can imagine. Every nerve in my body is burning. My heart, it feels like it's about to explode. I can't move. And I start asking myself, have I made a terrible mistake? And Morlun breaks through the facility. And he sees Spider-Man like laying on the floor and says, "Ah, you've killed yourself. Good day. Good day."
But okay. But he wouldn't have any life force left, though, would he? If he killed himself?
No,
so
he would.
He would? Okay.
No, he would.
Okay.
No, yeah, he says, well, at least I'll get any remaining life force energy that you have.
Okay.
And he just... No, he... Let me say, Straczynski, like, planned for everything. Every question you may have, Robert Barth.
Did he make a good storyline?
And he grasped... Absolutely. Motherfucker, listen to the story that we're talking today. And he grabs Spider-Man, and he burns as he touches him. And Spider-Man's like, and Morlun says, "I don't get it. Isn't it funny? Just when you think you know a guy, he surprised you. You see, you think that the spider turned me into who I am. That the fact that it turned me into who I am, it made me pure. But you don't get it. That's the problem. You see, I wasn't turned into the Spider-Man by any mystical totem that you claim that did it. I was turned into Spider-Man by the radioactivity that surged through the spider the moment it bit me. I am a son of the atom, merged with the spider's power.
Okay,
I am the son of biology into this magnificent specimen that I became. I am Spider-Man. You thought that I was a spider inside a man, but you're wrong. I am the man inside of the spider.
What does that even what?
I don't know, man.
I am the man inside the spider. What the fuck?
I'm paraphrasing, okay, Robert? Jesus. And he starts every punch that he hits Morlun with. It's blasting energy out of his fist. Every punch is charged with enough energy to turn Spider-Man into a powerful being. And every punch is killing him. Nice. Until eventually, Morlun is turned into his original form, which is not, by the way. It is retconned much later.
Let me guess. By Dan Slott.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Is it in the fourth Spider-Verse event or the most recent Spider-Verse event?
It is in the first Spider-Verse event.
Well, the fact that man got back onto Spider-Man, and the first thing he does with that book, fucking another Spider-Verse event. Because, why not?
No. It wasn't the most recent one. It was during the first Spider-Verse event that he did.
I know. But I also find it funny.
Oh, no. Yeah.
After he left Spider-Man, the first thing he does, Spider-Verse event.
Let's go back into the well. Let's go back into that beautiful, amazing well.
I also have a feeling that's because, it came out just close enough to where all the marketing...
the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, marketing was really ramping up for that, so Marvel, with all its brand synergy...
Hey. Can you, do a Spider-Verse storyline? Can you do a Spider-Verse storyline? Please? And Slott is like, fine, I'll come back for a Spider-Verse storyline. And it's a party over at the Marvel offices. I'm sorry. I apologize for that.
But on the other side, you want to know how. What did issue 7 come like? I
I don't
have
know.
yeah. I'm so glad they're reprinting that one because I think everyone missed
Yeah,
it.
because I
I
never
think
got it.
everyone
I
missed it.
absolutely missed it.
No one in 2 with it
I
is
don't know.
Spider-Man number 7.
I don't know because here's the thing. He said that it sold out like so much. So like I
Well,
believe that I'm the only one that missed that issue.
well, maybe someone sold out all on the East Coast, and we just never got them because they all sold out before they shipped out here. I don't know.
That would be so sad.
That'd be funny.
It
All
would be
right, moving
funny to
forward.
be honest. But Spider-Man's like sees Morlun is just begging for his life. Like, please, no more. I'm giving you my word. I will go. I will leave, and I will never return. Just let me live. I'm begging you, please.
Ayo, is
All
that
I
the
want
lizard?
is to live. It looks like a little lizard. It looks like a cockroach monster thingy.
He looked like a lizard.
He does. It's like he's begging to Spider-Man. Spider-Man's like, what do I do? Like, on the one hand, this motherfucker tried to kill me. On the other hand, he's begging for his life, and that's kind of messed up. It would be very messed up if I were to bam, bam, bam. Then Dex just shoots at him.
You know what they say? Great power, great responsibility.
Yeah, but and while Peter Parker is having this
Holy
moral
shit.
dilemma,
Holy
we just
shit.
hear bam, bam, bam,
John
bam, bam.
Romita Jr. does not know how to draw someone holding a gun, does he?
No, I know.
That's bad.
And Dex shoots him. You know, this fucking Redfield character just shoots him. Get it? Because, like, Morlun is a vampire. Like,
Yes.
I'm making a... Thank you, Robert.
A bad pun, but, something.
It's a good connection.
No, it's not.
Because this character is like Renfield.
No one saw that film, though.
Nah. Anyway.
Literally no one.
So, I saw that film, dude.
Yeah, you're literally the only guy.
Probably, most likely.
Universal has released 2 Dracula films this year, and they both flopped.
Oh, absolutely. I don't blame them to flop.
I mean, if there was a good film, it would have been Renfield. That Voyage of the whatever, that stupid film. Yeah, no, that was stupid.
No, I'm aware. And then Spider-Man's like, looks at Morlun and is like, no, this can't be happening. Do you know how old I am? And I was killed by like this, and then he just disappears into dust.
I'm melting.
Okay, Wicked Witch of the West.
That's pretty much what he's doing, though, isn't he?
No, it is. Straight up is. And then but also notice that he turns into dust. Like a clone would.
Shut up.
Because that's what happens to clones.
Jesus fuck.
And that's the retcon that Dan Slott did in the first Spider-Verse storyline. That Morlun and his entire family of inheritors are actually clones.
So,
and that's why Morlun keeps coming back and back over and over again. Because he's a goddamn clone.
Is this a backdoor setup for a Spider-Verse episode? Oh, I'm pretty sure
I already did Spider-Verse.
How long ago was that, though?
No, that was with Jens.
So, 2 years ago at this point? 3 years ago? Fuck.
Yeah. But, I'm okay. I'm happy with that episode, and I don't think I'll ever redo it.
Lame.
It's one of those episodes that I'm like, yeah, I nailed that shit. That was good. That was good shit.
So, nothing from this current era is meaning that we're going.
Yeah, maybe when you do some of the old episodes, but that one episode, Spider-Verse, good shit. I am proud of that one. Anyway, and Dex drops the gun, and he leaves.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man goes hunting down for him, and he's catches up to him and is like, "Hey." And Spider-Man's staring down at him and says, "He hurt me. He hurt me a lot." And Spider-Man looks at him. Get out. Never return, or I'll hurt you more. And Spider-Man leaves.
It's moment time.
And Dex just starts singing "Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead."
Holy fuck. Holy fuck. I swear I didn't look ahead. That was just like, that was the only way I could really do that. It was like, make a joke, and that was the only joke that really was readily available. I didn't plan that actually being part of the punchline at the end.
Robert Barth, when you make these kinds of jokes, it's almost like you know the future.
It's
and
like...
I'm gonna contact like our friend Mads and like ask what the fuck, because it's terrifying.
It's like my Daredevil and Mephisto comment, like 2 pages before.
It's starting to become way too obvious that you know that you're able to see the future.
It's something that's always been kind of prevalent in my family. Like, there's been a certain level of intuition behind all my family members. So, I probably just got that type of built different.
So after that, after Spider-Man like finished the fight, he goes to a building. It's like it starts praying, and he says, "Hey God, it's me, Peter Parker. Can I ask you for a favor? I know I've been your favorite toy for the last couple of years, but can you not do something like this again to me? For a while? Not much. I know that's too hard to do, but like, just for a while. Let's say like 50 or 60 years. That's not much for you, right?" "I'm just kidding, God. I'm just kidding. But I bet you knew that already." And after that, he goes to Ezekiel's offices, and he sees that the whole place has been emptied out. And all he can remember is Ezekiel like leaving, and he sees a plastic spider on the window, and he sees some footprints on the ceiling, and he says, "Did you make it? Are you alive?" And he celebrates, yelling up and down like he made it. He's alive. And then he's like, and he goes down he goes back to his apartment, and he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna do the one thing that I've been wanting to do for a while."
Sleep.
And then he goes to the bathroom.
Oh, that too.
And as he's in the bathroom, he leaves the alarm on, and Aunt May walks in because Peter Parker left a very cryptic message, and she opens the door and sees Spider-Man in his tattered suit, body destroyed, and just sees his suit on the floor. And that's the end of the story.
Honestly, you know what? I see what you're saying about me liking this story. It kind of, it's a good balance of like charming Peter Parker moments.
A Peter Parker story and a Spider-Man story. It's a perfect blend between both of them. And as the story goes on and on and on, it gets even better and better and better.
Which I won't be too far ahead, just because you probably want to do more of his stories, don't you?
I mean, I will definitely return to this story. We definitely have to continue this story, because how it goes on the next couple of chapters, I think you would really, really enjoy. But thank you for watching this Stories with Issues, and this is Spider-Man Homecoming by J. Michael Straczynski, and good night.
Peace.